Armed drones, or better known as UAVs. Do you know what they are? A UAV is an aircraft that is guided autonomously by remote control or by both means. In recent years, armed drones have become the go-to weapon for many countries looking to conduct precision-guided strikes on their enemies. Ethiopia does not have such armed drones. That's what you would think, right? Well, as a matter of fact, it does. It's pretty much like the UAE's armed drones are also Ethiopia's armed drones. How? One word answer: friendship. And this friendship has led to the defeat of the TPLF in Ethiopia. That's right, the civil war in Ethiopia is over. Hi and welcome. This is TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Atul Mishra. In this video, I will tell you how Ethiopia finally succeeded in pushing the TPLF back. Let's begin. Here's a quiz. Which is the second most populated country of Africa? Those who guessed it right, congratulations. You know what Ethiopia is? Here's another one. Which country has the Biden administration been trying to push into a civil war in the Horn of Africa? Bravo, it's Ethiopia again. Now, which country is the closest ally of Ethiopia? That will require some digging. But if you have been reading and watching TFI Global, you instantly know that Ethiopia is extensively supported by its ally, the United Arab Emirates. Of course, Ethiopia also got support from the likes of Turkey and Iran, but that was only after Joe Biden screwed things up in the Horn of Africa. Tigray militants have been wreaking havoc in Ethiopia for decades now. But for the past 1 year, since November last year, Tigray forces were on the move. Do you know what their target was? Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia. Essentially, these militants wanted to throw out Dr Abiy Ahmed from power. Abiy Ahmed is the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Tigray forces made several gains in the uncharted territories of Amhara and Afar. But then Ethiopian forces launched an unprecedented offensive against the invading militant forces last month. And now the Tigray Peoples Liberation Front, or the TPLF, has stopped fighting and is retreating. Tigrayan forces fighting the central government say they have withdrawn from the neighboring regions in northern Ethiopia. Debretsion Gebremichael, the head of the Tigray Peoples Liberation Front, or the TPLF, said, "We trust that our bold act of withdrawal will be a decisive opening for peace." Getachew Reda, a spokesman for the TPLF, said the Tigrayan troops were pulling out of Amhara and Afar. Defeated by Ethiopia, TPLF also said, "We are not interested in taking over the province of Afar. We are not interested in squeezing a hard bargain in Addis Ababa." The TPLF was bold enough, hilariously so, to list its demands before the United Nations despite facing defeat at the hands of the Ethiopian forces and the country's allies. The demands include a no-fly zone for hostile aircraft over Tigray, imposing arms embargoes on Ethiopia and its ally Eritrea, and a UN mechanism to verify that external armed forces had withdrawn from Tigray. The United Arab Emirates played a pivotal role in the recent conflict in Ethiopia. The UAE stood at loggerheads with the United States, which wanted to let the African nation burn. But Abu Dhabi insisted that the conflict be fought decisively and that the TPLF be defeated. To that end, it provided Ethiopia with armed drones, which went on to become the single most important reason for Tigrayan forces to retreat with their tails between their legs. General Tzadkan Gebretense, a leading Tigrayan commander, said in an interview with the New York Times how swarms of drones suddenly appeared overhead, striking TPLF fighters and supply convoys. He said, "At one time, there were 10 drones in the sky. You can imagine the effect. We were an easy target. Nearly every day, cargo flights arrived from a military base in the United Arab Emirates." NYT also quoted a Western official and a former Ethiopian official as saying that the UAE had trained Prime Minister Abiy's Republican Guard and provided crucial military support at the start of the war, running drone strikes that took out Tigrayan artillery and weapons depots. A large share of Ethiopia's victory goes to the Emiratis. They did not buckle under pressure from the Biden administration and armed Ethiopia with UAVs to take on the TPLF. Rest assured, Ethiopia will remain indebted to Abu Dhabi, and an alliance of sorts has been formed between the two countries, whose implications could soon also be seen in Yemen.